Hello, this is James Wyatt, and I will be doing my presentation on the Beach Boys. Their members. I'll just start off talking about the members of the band, and they had five main members in the band, and three were brothers. Brian, Dennis, and Carl Wilson were all brothers. Brian was the oldest, Carl was the middle, and Dennis was the youngest. And who also sang along with them was their lead singer, Mike Love, and Al Jardine was another part of the band. Also, members would come and go, but like throughout years. But these were the main five that stuck together. Um, in this project, I will be discussing how the Beach Boys' distinctive sounds changed the surf rock culture and how they brought back the surf rock genre back on the spectrum. The definition of a harmony is the combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce chords and chord progressions having a pleasing effect. There are different styles of harmonies, and the Beach Boys were most famous for using the barbershop style harmonies. Um, and then talking about the harmonies, they were known for their harmonies and distinctive sounds they would make in the recording studio. And Brian Wilson was a musical genius who would spend many hours throughout the night and day combining multiple instruments to make a single sound like work with his song. Mike Love said in an interview, um, all we knew was we like to sing and make harmonies together. So to have it become a part of American musical culture is pretty amazing. An example of their distinctive sounds occurred in the song Good Vibrations. Now, talking about the song Good Vibrations, the instrument used in Good Vibrations was a Heathkit tube type audio oscillator coupled to a mechanical action that allowed the player to mark notes along a ruler type scale where notes could be located quickly and precisely. Um, in about 90 hours studio time and 70 hours of tape were used making this song, and at least 12 musicians played on the sessions of making the song. And it's hard to know whose performances ended up on the record, but some of the musicians involved were Glenn Campbell, who was on the lead guitar. Hal Blaine was on the drums. Larry Knechtel, who played the organ, and Al DeLore, who mostly played the piano during these sessions. And this was all orchestrated and by Brian Wilson, and the whole thing was his idea to get these other artists on these sessions. Next is a video of how Good Vibrations was made, and you can watch this. Just watch 45 seconds of it, and you can watch this video after the presentation or right now. And talking about the video, this video shows how hard it was to create a hit song and mix all these different sounds together. Or the video shows how it was hard to create a hit song and mix all these different sounds together until it sounded perfect. And you can also see firsthand the harmonies they form when they all sing together. And it's truly a work of art. You can hear many different noises and sounds coming together and creating odd sounds, which just fit right with the song. When you can hear these odd sounds, but they might sound weird at first, but they all come. It comes together in the long run when the song's actually playing. And that's what made the Beach Boys so successful and special. And their unique style of music gained a lot of attention all over the world, which made them become popular. At one time, the Beach Boys were more popular than the Beatles in London, and the Beatles would constantly battle back and forth to secure the #1 spot in the Billboard charts during this time. How their harmonies were made. Brian Wilson created these sounds by using double tracking, reverb, very similar voices coming together in a wide vocal range of the group, and the similar timbre of their voices probably has a huge effect on the overall sound as well. Some accolades / awards. Some of the Beach Boys accolades include the 44th Annual Grammy Awards in 2001. They won the Lifetime Achievement Award. And during the 31st Annual Grammy Awards in 1988, they were nominated for Kokomo, which was one of their hit singles. And during the 9th Annual Grammy Awards in '66, they were nominated the best performance by a local group, and this was the song "Good Vibrations," which is one of their hit singles that I also talked about earlier in the presentation. And these are just a few examples during the Grammys, but they also won a lot more awards and other accolades as well along the road. Next, I'll be talking about the influence that they had on people and what influenced them. Brian Wilson, who was considered the leader of the band, was influenced by a lot of jazz music, which I found very interesting. And the Four Freshmen and Chuck Berry were a massive influence on the lyrics created by Brian Wilson and Mike Love. ABBA was a band that was influenced by the Beach Boys, and so was the band Colony House. Also, there are many other individual artists who were influenced by the Beach Boys, such as Lana Del Rey, and another band that was influenced by the Beach Boys was the boy band One Direction, which was very interesting. This is my works cited. Lastly, it's my works cited. I used 4 main sources in my presentation, and here's a conclusion. Just a few images, and if you didn't see the YouTube video clip, you can go back and watch that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.